Honorable Justice Dinesh Maheshwari, Mrs. Suman Maheshwari, Mataji Rukmini Devi Maheshwari, members of his family, my sister and brother judges, Mr. Vikas Singh, President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Rai, President, Vice President of the SCBA, Office Bearers of the SCBA, Mr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, Learned Attorney General for India, Mr. R. Venkatramani, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General, all the office bearers of SCORA, members of the bar, officers of the registry, and ladies and gentlemen. I was waiting when Pradeep Kumar Rai ji was making his customary speech for that free hit over third man which would cross the boundary. Eventually, there were only a few reverse sweeps today. But one thing I must very gently answer is his misgiving about why we have not played the cricket match with the lawyers this year. Well, there's only one reason for it, and that reason is in the statistics of how many mentionings we have to do at the beginning of every morning, which leaves you pretty exhausted to play a cricket match in the evening, despite our dashing captain, Justice Sundaresh. And just to give you some figures, I had about 1,530 mentionings this week. 237 on Monday, 218 on Tuesday, 276 each on Wednesday and Thursday, and today 323. And we have about 1,500 matters which are already listed for next week. So I dare say that my colleagues don't have time to exercise and get ready for a cricket match for Monday, but we'll do that sometime. Today is a bittersweet day as we gather to bid farewell to our esteemed colleague, Justice Dinesh Maheshwari. I have known Justice Maheshwari for a long time, since our days in the Allahabad High Court when I was Chief Justice and he came from Rajasthan to Allahabad. He was initially a judge of the Allahabad High Court at Prayagraj, and later on, when I required the presence of a very seasoned colleague in Lucknow, I requested Justice Maheshwari as to whether he would be willing to move as senior judge of the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court. For those of you who are not aware, a senior judge is a very sensitive institutional position. Some senior judges, in fact, asserted their right to use the same green ink which only the Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court uses. But Brother Maheshwari always made it a point to tell me that I'm not going to use the green ink because, unlike many of my predecessors, I do not claim any pretensions to be the Chief Justice of Awadh. There is only one High Court, and I'm the senior judge of the High Court of Judicature at Allahabad at Lucknow. But we got to know each other very well. We conversed a great deal. We tried to find solutions to some of the problems which confronted us in those days. I can only say, based on his personality, and this is also meant for his very distinguished and kind mother who is with us, Rukmini Devi ji. माता जी, बस आपके लिए मैं यही कहना चाहता हूँ कि जब दिनेश भाई लखनऊ आए थे, इलाहाबाद आए थे, जोधपुर से, उस समय जोधपुरी मिठास का गंगा यमुनी तहजीब में समझ लीजिए समन्वय हो गया. Born in Udaipur, Justice Maheshwari moved for his graduation to the Pink City, Jaipur. We did not lose him to the field of physics, and he enrolled for law in the Blue City of Jodhpur. Just like the hues and the shades of cities that colored his journey to law, Justice Maheshwari's career in the judiciary too reflects a journey in which he navigated through the rich diversity of our country. While Justice Maheshwari belongs to the Rajasthan High Court, which is his parent High Court, He demonstrated an ability to navigate through different courts, cultures, and legal systems that represent the diversity of the nation. His service as Chief Justice of both the Meghalaya and the Karnataka High Courts demonstrate his adaptability and resilience. Despite his not being proficient in the regional languages, when he first joined those courts, Justice Maheshwari accustomed himself to the unique legal challenges and complexities of those jurisdictions. This perspective and experience acquired through the years brought to his work in the Supreme Court understanding of the laws in the country. Justice Maheshwari also imbibed the culture of all the regions that he has served in. Throughout his career, Justice Maheshwari has shown a commitment to ensuring that justice is accessible to all. He has been a proponent of the alternate dispute resolution mechanisms and emphasized the need to streamline the arbitration process to make it more efficient and cost-effective. He did not shy away from raising issues of importance for the administration of justice. In his speech at the 40th anniversary of the CSTAT, Justice Maheshwari specifically pointed out the need for the executive to implement its litigation policy, ensuring that it does not file appeals in all cases unnecessarily, adding to the ever-rising docket of courts. He pointed out that the government should be a responsible litigant rather than being a compulsory litigant. Justice Maheshwari has always had, from the days of his practice, a keen interest in civil procedure. He has been a driving force behind many important developments in this field. His contributions have helped to streamline the legal system. Justice Maheshwari has authored over 100 reported Supreme Court judgments, including his decision upholding the 103rd Constitutional Amendment providing for EWS reservations in Janhit Abhiyan versus Union of India. An advice which he often shares with his juniors as well as with us on the bench is about the role that judges and lawyers ought to play. He often says, as judges, we do not see the person, only the cause. Similarly, he would tell his judicial law clerks and interns that as budding lawyers, they should always remember that once they are in the court of law, they argue not for a specific person and their interests, but only represent a cause to which they must do justice, nothing less and nothing more. Everyone who has interacted with Justice Maheshwari has been marked by his kindness. His kindness extends to his love for animals and his pet dogs, to whom he personally tends. He is also approachable and helpful, and has mentored young lawyers and law students over the years. Recently, one of my interns shared a story with me. She had just finished her second year of law school. She did not have any connections in the law. She had also not worked with any other judge before that, and she wrote to Justice Maheshwari. He called her to the office for an interview, and not only did he take her under his wings, but consistently mentored her. He takes time for all his law interns to discuss and explain to them the important concepts of law with utmost patience. I have heard many such stories from his juniors of him going above and beyond to care for his staff. He would check up on them regularly and make special provisions for women in his staff to ensure their safety while traveling to and from his office. In the field of law, all of us owe our careers to individuals who took out the time to guide us and mentor us. As we rise in the ranks, many of us find it difficult and fail to take out the time to mentor the next generation. But stories such as the ones we hear from Justice Maheshwari's juniors and law clerks remind us that one is never too busy or too senior to find time to contribute to the development of the coming generation of lawyers. As we bid farewell to Justice Maheshwari, his commitment to making a positive difference in the lives of those around him will provide an inspiration. We will miss him as a human being and the manner in which he shows his kindness and humility around him. I remember as the Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court, whenever I went to Lucknow, he would be marked out by the bar because he always called every lawyer Sirji, not even Sir. he would always call them Sirji, whether it was a junior or a very senior lawyer. It is a testament to his humility that even as he rose to the highest levels of the judiciary and worked across the country, from Rajasthan to Uttar Pradesh to Meghalaya,